How to get the medical evidence
I'm
you
alive and
need to
kicking, man.
win your
Doing pretty
claim
good.
at the
Doing good
VA.
work, you know?
If you have an HSA through private
Okay,
insurance,
cool.
this may be a
Is now
good
still a good
fit.
time for us to talk?
Listen to this real call
Okay.
to find out more.
Perfect. Yeah, sure. Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll just kind of tell you, the call is designed to be a Q&A. So I want to get all your questions answered. So there's a couple of different ways we can do that. We can start off with your questions off the rip if you have some burning questions in your mind. Or if you prefer, I can kind of give you an overview, lay it all out for you, tell you what's what. You got it. Absolutely. So before I get to our process, let me tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do. So just so we're all crystal. So we are a medical evidence company only. And what I mean when I say that is all we do is specialize in writing you the credible medical evidence you need to win the claim. We build that around a Nexus letter. So that's the key piece that most veterans are missing is a Nexus. So we write that evidence if you have a valid claim and we deliver that to you, but that's all we do. Right. So like I can't submit the claim for you. I'm not a VSO or an attorney. I can't do any of those things, which is just the medical evidence piece. Okay. All right, cool. And then also just real quick, you should know we're not affiliated with the VA in any way. We are what the VA calls a third party. So what you're doing if you're working with us is you're going outside the VA system. You're getting your own doctor's private medical opinion to help support your claim. Okay, perfect. So that's who we are and what we do. And then now let's get into the process. So this is how it works. I'm about to kick off an email to you. This email will have a link to our webpage. So if you choose to go forward with us, you click on that link, you put the medical evidence you want us to write in your shopping cart, and then you check out. So check out, you're right. It is an online shopping process. It's just like buying something on Amazon. Okay. Okay. Once that's done, you're able to schedule your telehealth visit with one of my doctors. So, like I said, it'll be a phone call. So you can do it from anywhere, as long as you can speak in private on the phone. Once that's done, my doctor goes to work. Once that consultation is done, my doctor goes to work writing you the evidence package you need to win the claim. So what you're getting here, Chris, is a diagnosis and a nexus. Those are the two key pieces that all vets need to win a claim. A diagnosis and a nexus. So you know what a diagnosis is. Nexus is basically a connection between two things. That's all that is. And for the VBA's purposes, they're looking to see how is this condition connected to your service. Okay. And we can get into the different ways of how a nexus is generated and what you've done so far and what we do. And we can get into some more of the details of it there. But just know at this point, the doctor's writing you the diagnosis and the nexus. That's what you need to win the claim. And then we go further. So what we want to do is if you say qualify for a 30 or 50% rating, we want to make sure you get that 30 or 50% rating. So what we do there is we detail out your symptoms and put in the language the VBA understands the social and economic impact of your symptoms. So that's what they really look for before they award a claim is social and economic impact. So we'll make that very clear and plain in a language that the VBA understands. Okay. So then my doctor writes that package, delivers it to you, and then you submit the claim, however you get claims submitted. Then once you win, you keep everything. We don't get anything on the back end. So you pay up front before you see the doctor in that checkout process that I was describing. And then this claim could likely take you from 40 to, 80 is pretty reasonable. 100's possible, but 80, 90 is probably pretty reasonable expectations. It depends on what you want to work on and how severe your symptoms are. But say you went from 40 to 80. It's a pretty good jump in pay. You're going from roughly $800 a month to roughly $1,800 a month. So that $1,000 a month bump, that's all yours. We don't see any of it. It goes straight to your bank account. Same thing for any back pay that you would get. If you're getting $5, $10, or $20,000, good for you, man. We won't see any of that. That all is for you. Okay. So that's how that works. That's how payment works as well. So I know I've just laid a lot on you there. So what questions comes from that? Correct. Yes. So you can look into using your HSA. Be careful on the guidance. If you have an HSA, this is a medical provider, so it should be accepted. But read the fine print on your HSA agreement. I know they can be very particular on how they dole out the funds, even though it's your funds, right? But yeah, you're coming up out of pocket on this. We don't deal with insurance, so it's either credit card, debit card, or if your HSA is qualified, then you could use your HSA card. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's everybody. Yeah. So there is a way to increase rating on that. You probably don't need us for that. Is the short answer. So since you're already service connected, there's a bunch of codes. The shoulder is considered one of the most unstable joints. So there's a lot of codes for it, claim codes for it at the VA. So there's lots of different ways to go about this, but ortho, you should know right off the top, Chris. I mean, ortho is seen as low value at the VBA. So you could, I talked to a guy 2 days ago that had 11 claims won. He'd won 11 claims, all at 10%. He was sitting at 60. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, you've got codes for like function, upward rotation, function, depression of arm, function, elevation and abduction of arm, function, stabilization of shoulder. I mean, you've got all these codes. They start in like 5301 and go all the way up to, I don't know. So it only goes to 5306, but there's different rating schedules for all 7 of those or all 6 of those. So you're at 20 and let's see. So you're at 20 for your shoulder, which is frankly, it's pretty good. I mean, I was surprised to see it. Most of the time when I see somebody service connected for their shoulder, it's 0 or 10. Yeah. So, I mean, you're doing pretty good there. So it must be pretty jacked up, but let's look at how high it goes. So superior, labrum, anterior, and posterior. Okay. So SLAP, that's what you were saying. Got it. Okay. So I'm looking up the CFR. So the CFR is the Code of Federal Regulations. That's the rule book at the VBA, right? That's what they go by. So that's what the codes I'm looking at are in the CFR. So it's hard to read. It's a slog for sure. Sure. Yeah. I'm in it every day. Okay. So probably stabilization. Let's see. So superior, labrum, anterior, and posterior. So yeah, to me that I'm no medical professional. But when you say anterior and posterior, to me, that sounds like stabilization. Shoulder girdle, basically. Right? Mm-hmm. Correct. So that gets into the elbow. Okay, so I think, no, so you can look at these codes yourself and kind of sort through your medical evidence folder and then look at these codes and see what fits, right? Then you can decide whether or not you want to put yourself through the ringer of going through another CMP exam at the VA for your shoulder. But what I'm seeing, like code 5301, that's your upward rotation of the scapula. So that's your shoulder girdle, and it goes from 0 to 40. So if you're experiencing, so is this your dominant or non-dominant? It's your right shoulder. So is it dominant? Okay. So on dominant, it goes all the way to 40. So, you're probably not rated on that because there is no 20. Okay, so let's, depression of arm, extrinsic muscles of the shoulder girdle. Okay, so do you have trouble raising your arms from the side? Is that what you have? Okay, here we go. All right. So they've likely rated you under the 5303 code. So this is, the function is elevation and abduction of arm. So it's the intrinsic muscles of the shoulder girdle. So here we are. 20% is considered moderate, 30% is moderately severe, and 40% is severe. So you've got juice to squeeze there. You're actually rated on a pretty good code for what they did because there is no 10%. So that's why they gave you the lowest compensation rating that they could for the shoulder on this scale. So the scale goes to 40. So you could double your shoulder rating if you have a pretty severe condition going on. But look at, all those codes, 5301 to 5306, I think. and then you can kind of sort through your medical journal, medical file, and look through the CFR and kind of see what you rate for, what you could potentially rate for. Then you can decide, just go in and request an increase. You don't need us for this, right? And then that would take you from, what are you at now? The 40. So that'd probably take you to 50 if you get a 20% increase on your shoulder. If you took it from 20 to 40, it would take you to 50. And then whereas these mental health and the migraines claims could potentially take you, well, now 90 is real possible. 100's probably possible if you get your shoulder increase too. So now you've got, some real chance at 100 there if that shoulder comes into play at a higher rate. Okay. Yeah. So I can't give you an accurate percentage, but I can give you a range. And here's why. So we don't have any contracts and we don't take anything on the back end. So there's really no reason for you to come back after you win the claim. There's no reason for you to come back to us. It's a service for a fee, right? So it's a transactional kind of relationship. We're a tool in your toolbox. You come back to us every time you need medical evidence for certain things. We write you that evidence. If it's credible, you go on about your business. So there's a lot of vets that win this and never report back to us. But there's other vets that come, they're stuck at like 10 or 60 and they want to go from 10 to 60 or 60 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. So there's a lot of vets that work with us round 1, round 2, round 3. So we know we have a very high success rate. Right. We're only writing on we screen you for everything. We will only work on credible claims. So because, the VA has a BS detector too. All right. So if you're trying to file a BS claim, it's not going to go very far with us or the VA. Yeah. So, but we do win over 80% of our claims. We know that much for sure. We know we don't win 100% of our claims. So it's somewhere. Yeah, we'd be doing something probably fraudulent, I would guess at that point if we're making, because nobody's dunking on the VA, right? So we're definitely not dunking on the VA. But yeah, somewhere between that 80 and 100% range is where we fall. But I can't give you an accurate percentage. Oh yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to break this down. I'm sorry if I insult your intelligence. I'm going to break it down Barney style, right? Make it real simple. Okay. So what you're doing is you're going outside the VA system. You're just getting your doctor's medical opinion and evidence to help support your claim. So it's just like you would walk down the street and see Dr. Smith, right? And then he wrote you a credible medical evidence package to help you win your claim. You're free to do with whatever you want with that package. Right? You could sit on it and never file the claim if you wanted, or you could take it to a VSO. You could fax it in. You could hand carry it. You could submit it on va.gov. However you get claims submitted, this package fits with that. No problem at all. No conflict at all. Now, since you asked that question, I went ahead and sent you my kind of resource email that I send to a lot of my veterans. So it's got like 5 or 6 links in there that are just educational, informational, possible help. Some of them may not be of use to you, but I just send you the whole email. Make sense? So just take what you need, leave the rest. Part of what I'm sending you is how to file your own claim on va.gov. It's a YouTube video. It's about a 25-minute long series of videos that walk you through step by step getting a claim filed. It's a great video sequence. So I know you get frustrated, but that's actually the simplest part of getting this whole process done is submitting the claim. And watch that video, check it out. If you agree, then give that a try, because then you're not having to deal with outsiders. You're in the driver's seat. You're doing this on your own time. You're not having to make an appointment. You know what I'm saying? So, but to answer your question, yes, you can take it to an attorney or a VSO or something and have somebody else file it for you. What'll happen is you'll create a dashboard on our website. So you'll get a secure folder. It's 256-bit encrypted, HIPAA compliant folder. All of your evidence is delivered to that folder. So you can download from it. So if you download it to a laptop that you're working from, you have it on that laptop. It doesn't go via email. It's a downloadable file for you. So you can download it to your phone if you needed to, and then put it on a thumb drive or print it off or whatever you need to do. It's totally yours. There's no restrictions on it, and it'll make it easy to work with whoever you want to work with. Okay. So I'm going to send you 3 emails total today before lunch. I think you already see a couple of them. So one's the headaches intake form, or screener, we call it. So we're screening you to make sure you have a valid claim. If you don't, we tell you, hey, Chris, please don't go forward. right? Here's why. So once you pass screening, then you're good to go. So the other email that I sent you is a link to our website. It says, we're excited to work with you. Basically has a link to our website 2 different ways, sign up or sign in. All right. So same link. So you can get started on there. All the instructions will be on that screen. So you'll have a red light, green light dashboard. If you've got red lights, you've got work to do. If you're green light, you're good to go. So it'll be, once again, pretty Barney style. And then the third email is that resource link email that I told you. So for next steps, I would fill out the screener first for the headaches. So you have that done. So then when you go forward and you're ready to pay, that's all done already. And then once you decide that this is what you want to do, you can just click on the other link, get your account started, make payment, and then schedule your appointments. Oh, okay. So what you're focused on is number 1 and number 4. Okay. So the other one says migraines pre-screening form. It may have gotten stuck in your spam box. I don't know. Weird. Yeah. Okay, great. So you got all 3. And then I'm your point man if you have questions. So anytime you have a question, Chris, you can't call me. Yeah. This is my office number. But I receive texts on it. So I don't answer my phone, but I answer all of my emails and texts. So if you have a question, just come in those channels, email or text, both work. Great. We're up like mine then. I like it. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. I look forward to working with you. Thank you for the time today. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.